Sonic the Hedgehog has been enjoying a bit of a resurgence as of late because of his upcoming feature film, which is great because you go, oh, those legs are way too human. Those legs are, oh my god, those legs look like I could have those legs. Please don't show that to me anymore. Please get it out of here. Stop. This new Sonic has a lot of fans crying heresy. Sonic should be that cute blue cartoon hedgehog that's gotta go fast, and that's all he's gotta do. But what if I told you that this was not the only blasphemous version of Sonic? What if I told you that nearly every single piece of Sonic media was heretical? I hold in my hand 13 pages that prove just that. Before I hop into the deep end, I need to explain a little bit about Sega, these 13 pages, and how Sonic was made. You see, Sega was in a real tough spot in the early 90s as it tried to compete with Nintendo and the overwhelmingly successful Mario. So they worked internally to create a new mascot, not just for a game, but for the company as a whole. Naoto Oshima created Mr. Needlemouse, a teal hedgehog with red sneakers, and then he worked with Yuji Naka to create a game around this wonderful creature. A few tweaks, and Sonic the Hedgehog was born. Or at least one version of Sonic was born. You see, Sega wasn't just fighting with Nintendo, it was also fighting with itself. Sega of America and Sega of Japan had a lot of tension between them, and they didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, especially when it came to Sonic. The original version of Sonic was a bit more punk rock and had a girlfriend, a real-life human girlfriend named Madonna. And we all know that Sega would never make Sonic kiss a real human woman. So Sega of America started to iron things out a little bit, make Sonic a bit more family-friendly, more marketable. Madeline Schroeder, the self-described mother of Sonic, wrote out this 13-page Bible that set out Sonic's true origins. These 13 pages went on to become the true Sonic, the Sonic we all know and love, right? Nope! This Bible has had very little bearing on the series as a whole. But here's the thing, friends. It should have a lot of bearing on the series as a whole. And I am willing to wield this Bible as a paladin wields a holy sword so that I might excise sin out from the Sonic canon! I'm sorry, that was a lot. I was a bit too intense I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. Folks, we're about to engage in a friendly session of biblical literalism. Now, I'm not one to advocate taking a written account as the pure truth and nothing but for Sonic, I'm willing to bend my values a little bit. We're about to take everything written in these 13 pages as gospel, and anything that deviates from the facts therein as sacrilege. Let's get sonically fundamental. I'm not gonna read this Bible in its entirety. You can read it online if you'd like, but I am going to read the first paragraph in full because I think it's important for you to understand what we're dealing with. Sonny Hedgehog was born on Earth in the early 21st century in the town of Hardley, Nebraska, population 1,226. From the first line alone, we already know that 1, Sonic's birth name is actually Sonny, 2, he is a real hedgehog that was born circa 2000, and 3, he's a Midwestern boy. He and his mother and 5 sisters live underneath a scraggly hedge beside the local burger joint and subsist on burger scraps, milkshakes, and the occasional slug or bug that crawls their way. They are a poor but happy family. From these lines, we know that 4, Sonic's family lives in an actual hedge, which is I guess why they're called hedgehogs, and 5, they have a very similar diet to me. Unfortunately, Sonny's dad died when Sonny was just a few days old after falling into a gurgling, festering vat of toxic waste dumped in a nearby pond. What? Sonic, the lighthearted hedgehog we all know and love, never knew his father because he was reduced to sludge thanks to corporate pollution. There are 30 key tenets in the Sonic Bible, and I'm just gonna go ahead and list them off real quick. I'm sure that wherever he is terribly good eyesight around the local bowling alley. Sonny was on the right, even Delta mustachioed. I'm using it to dig for Pintabor's excellent face. Sonny learned computer science. Began running most of his from now on. My name is Sonny. Totally disgusting. Then on the half-eaten egg, it didn't last long. The 30 tenets of the Sonic the Hedgehog Bible. Look at him up there, beautiful, practically glowing with potential energy. The potential energy I shall release into a holy flame so that I might burn out the blasphemy from Sonic's modern iteration!
I think We should probably just take a couple minutes just like.
Okay.
Do you need water or anything?
Water, yeah, I think that'd be good. Now, most of these are not found in most of the iterations of Sonic, but there are 3 that specifically decanonize every game in the Sonic franchise. Let's talk about them. Number 18. There are 7 Chaos Emeralds, 1 is a stabilizer. You might have heard me say the name Kintobor. He turns into Dr. Robotnik after he is fused with the powers of the Chaos Emeralds and a hard-boiled egg. Not a joke, but he was originally looking for the Chaos Emeralds, so that way he could bundle them up and then launch them into space, thus reversing all pollution on the planet Earth. The reason for this is because the Chaos Emeralds contain a microlytic copy of all the inert energy of every gross and disgusting impulse or deed done by humans since the beginning of time. Ignoring that microlytic is the name of a company and not an actual scientific term, this seems to state that the Chaos Emeralds are just a crystalline form of every gross impulse. Every time you pick your nose instead of using a tissue, that's in the emerald. Every time you wear your underwear 5 times in a week because you think it doesn't smell that bad, that's in the emerald. Every time you go 3 days without shampooing, I get it. Look, sometimes, the shampoo has sulfates and that can damage your hair. We all have different scalps. But that's in the emeralds too! Most of the games just state the Chaos Emeralds are an incredible source of power, something that will help you take over the world or become supersonic. They don't ever mention that they're essentially just garbage diamonds. Had Sega included one piece of flavor text, like, "You got a Chaos Emerald. You should probably go wash your hands now," then it would have been fine. But they didn't. Number 21. Kintobor was a father figure. Just as a reminder, Sonic's dad died in a vat of toxic waste, which is why it meant so much when Kintobor offered him an assistantship. Sonny was thrilled at the prospect, because although Sonny had never known his father, Kintobor reminded him of the kind face in the photograph. Heartbreaking. Can you imagine the drama in this? Sega, you keep trying to do these gritty reboots of Sonic. Sonic plus gun. Sonic plus getting kissed by a human woman. You don't need all that. It's all right here. You are literally pitting Sonic, a hedgehog without a father, against the man who became his father figure and then turned evil thanks to the machines that Sonic helped create. I hear you saying, "Brian, there's no evidence that Sonic doesn't think of Robotnik as a father figure." And to that I say, bullshit! I have never seen him cry after defeating Robotnik. I have never seen him hold the lifeless body of his father figure and say, "I am sorry. It had to turn out like this. I am sorry." Let Sonic cry over the loss of what could have been, Sega, you cowards! And finally, the third and most important tenet that destroys the entirety of the Sonic canon. Number 11. Sonic helps quilters. Have you ever seen Sonic in a quilting circle? Because he should be there. While making the rounds for juicy tidbits and gossip, he would drop in on the ladies of the local quilting circle to offer a convenient pin or needle from his ample portable supply. Where is my Sonic game with a quilting circle? Sonic CD, shitty. Sonic Mania, trash. Sonic Hedgehog 2, more like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, much of a dunce, to include the quilting circle that is so integral to Sonic's backstory. And with that, we have decanonized the entirety of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. But from this scorched earth can bloom a mighty flower, the true Sonic the Hedgehog. What would that video game look like? What are the ramifications of a Sonic the Hedgehog game based on the Bible? The Sonic the Hedgehog Bible. Let's go through this piece by piece. We start the game with a legitimate hedgehog who lives in a hedge and his name is Sunny, and it's 2019 and he's got brown quills and they won't become blue until he gets faster, and he eats food that is similar to the food that I eat. He lives in Hardly, Nebraska, which is where the entire game is set, so you better get ready for running in lots of cornfields. His eyesight's not so good, but it's okay because he'll get rec specs, since he is able to read but is also on the track team, so the entire game is actually just running in track meets in the middle of a cornfield. When he's not running track, he's at the bowling alley, or the playground, or the quilting circle, doing normal hedgehog things. towns. The problem is that his town has so much pollution, which is how his dad died, and it's also why Kintobor, now Robotnik, the trim-kindly scientist who gave Sonic his new nickname and the ability to speak the human tongue, was trying to solve with his new physics theories and his machines and all of those terrible, gross 7 Chaos Emeralds before he became evil and also a bit of an egg. This is especially rough because Kintobor, before he became Robotnik, would feed Sonic really good food and was basically a father figure to him. Also, Sonic is good at computer science. So the game is basically an evil polluting scientist being taken down by a Midwestern teenage hedgehog track star with daddy issues, so it's basically if the CW rebooted Sonic. Reach out to me, CW, I will license this. But I haven't used all 30 of these tenets. See, there are 4 of them that, to be perfectly honest, shouldn't be possible. And beyond that, they are impossible to put into a game. I've hit a bit of a roadblock. Number 7 shows Sonic's dead father winking at him through a picture on the wall, which proves the existence of an afterlife in the Sonic universe. Number 15 shows that Sonic is able to hibernate below delta waves, and those are the slowest possible brain waves, about 0.5 hertz. To go below them, Sonic would have probably died, and yet he is resurrected and lives again. And number 24, Sonic is shown to run at the speed of light, and if the rules of relativity are to be believed, that means his mass would have to infinitely expand, and he would need infinite energy to do this, and that would destroy the world, and yet he is able to do that without harming himself or those around him. Number 30 is actually within the Bible itself. It states, but like most peaceful times in the 21st century, it didn't last long. This Bible was written in 1991, 9 years before the 21st century, and yet it prophesied our challenging political landscape. These 4 pieces of information are not purely canonical information, they are divine miracles, so of course I could not put them into a game. They could only fit in a religion. So I went on a WikiHow, the foremost explainer of how to do things, and I knew somewhere hidden in their beautiful imagery would be the way that I could spread the word of Sonic to the masses. And before you get upset with me saying, Brian, aren't you just starting a cult? Look at this question answered by Cute Girl Core. Technically speaking, religions and cults are the same thing. So I have formed my religion around Sonic the Hedgehog, and guess what? I have a confession. I've never played a Sonic game. Never in my life. I only tell you this now because you've already made it this far into the video, and the sunk cost fallacy states that if you feel like you've invested something, you're gonna see it through to the end. But it's okay that I haven't played a Sonic game because that means I haven't been tainted. I have never beheld the false Sonic. Only someone blind to the modern blasphemies of the Sonic franchise could see as clearly as I. Because if a hedgehog could commune with the dead, be resurrected, run with infinite energy, and have his gospel prophesy the future, then either Sonic is a god or could kill God, and I do not care if there is a difference! Hello, friends. I'd like to take a moment now and apologize for my recent outburst. I've taken some time and cooled down since the filming of this video, and though I suppose I could have just not uploaded it to YouTube, I decided it would serve well as a cautionary tale. You see, taking lore to be purely literal, whether that's for a video game or backstory for a TV show, is a dangerous rabbit hole that can often lead to anger. Biblical literalism is just an early form of fandom. Sometimes you gotta be a little bit more lenient, because sometimes the Bible was written to make a character more marketable to kids in the 90s. So let's learn from this example, and make sure to take new additions to our favorite things in stride, even if it's these legs. I'm sorry, I can't in good conscience agree with that. I do not agree with those legs. I'm sorry. If you spray painted my legs blue, I could cosplay as this Sonic. Do you think I should do that? Do you think I should spray paint my legs blue for a Sonic cosplay? just half down Sonic. I'm not gonna do anything else to my body, just... What are the ramifications of a Sonic the Hedgehog game based on the Bible?